There is so much to talk about in today's video that the first thing I'm going to do is I like this one. This is the security troll is the mirror, and this is the vampire's my favorite, where he kind of wipes the blood and he's like, yeah. But this one is probably my second favorite because of the interaction between the two trolls with each other in the mirror, and they play like monkey see, monkey do. Absolutely love this. This video is coming from a shopping, like a strip center, and the reason why is because I actually was in downtown Fullerton ready to do my video. There is no power. I should probably look on Twitter to see what's going on. There is no power, no lights, no street lights, no, like there's some security lights in some of the buildings, but other than that, it's spooky and it's pitch black. Which is great if you're trying to sleep, but if you're trying to record a video, it's not conducive to a video at all. There are werewolves, 100% werewolves, and just so that you know, they are extremely easy to come by. I think, if I look at my registry here and I go, like, I leveled up my oddities to level 15, definitely need that runestone, but I'm at 6 of 8. Andrea and I went out for legitimately 30 minutes. And as I'm saying this, like electric trucks are driving by, headed to Fullerton, the other part of Fullerton, downtown, to take care of the power outage. It's really weird. But we were out for like 30 minutes, and she completely filled out that part of her registry. I went ahead and held off because I wanted to go to downtown and capture some of those on camera for you guys, but it looks like this shopping strip is gonna have to be it. But so much to talk about that it's really okay. Let me just list off what we have. We have another Brilliance event, and then we have another Brilliance event coming up this month, and then we have Community Day, and then we have a Wizarding World immersion at San Diego Comic-Con. Things after things after things, and in fact, the first of the 2 Brilliant events this month, and technically, the second one starts on the 30th, so it's the end of the month. But remember, there's also Harry Potter's birthday on the 31st, so I highly, highly, highly anticipate something happening for his birthday other than the Brilliant event. But for this first one, it doesn't start like in 4 days, it doesn't start in a week. It starts, like it's 10:30 when I'm recording this video right now. It starts in 12 and a half hours, so by the time I get home, upload this video, post it, you're going to have just a few hours from the time you're watching this to get ready for the event. So I'm going to touch on all of those basics that you need to know to get you started with our second ever Brilliant event in Harry Potter Wizards Unite. And as I'm walking, there's a severe. Last night was the emergency, tonight is the severe. I didn't even have to use brain elixirs for this, or dark detectors for this one. Speaking of brains, this is the brains. No idea who this character is. That's, sometimes is he the confoundable sometimes? I'm trying to think. That was a one hit wonder, that's great. Is he always the confoundable? Or, I mean, is he always the foundable or the confoundable sometimes? Because I feel like he's holding Hagrid's umbrella, so he'd be the confoundable. But in this one, no, he's the confoundable in this one too, because I released the tank of brains. Very interesting, but nobody knows who that guy is. If you know who he is, drop some knowledge. Be good to know. To get you started on today's Brilliant event, the first thing that we're gonna do is it's the Harry Potter Calamity Brilliant event, and it's 2 parts. Like I said, the first one starts in a few hours from now, not even days, like hours from when you're watching this video. The next one, as I said, will start on the 30th. I'm not even going to touch on any of that because there's so much happening between now and then that it doesn't even matter. Also, just know I'm going to touch on this probably tomorrow, but there's a massive update for the game code 2.1.0, if I'm not mistaken. There's new foundables, there's some quality of life improvements, there's some nerfs, there's a lot, but too much to go into in this video, and it's 10:30 at night, so we're gonna kind of breeze through this little video. But here's what we got. Here is what it is that we are talking about for the Potter's Calamity Brilliance event. The event that starts tomorrow is going to run through July 23rd. So I believe, if my math is correct, you have 7 days. It is going to start at 11 a.m. Pacific time, and it's going to end at 11 a.m. Pacific time. I have no idea what time that is where you are, so Google will know. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Now here's what you're going to have for your registry for this Brilliant event. Harry's Weasley jumper, the Brilliant head wig, Harry's school trunk, mist match socks, and Harry's Triwizard Cup uniform, and then the Brilliant Quidditch Captain Harry. Well, you're probably asking yourself, well, how do I unlock all these? I'm glad you guys asked, because here's what you do. For the Brilliant Quidditch Cup Harry, it's going to spawn in the wild. Same for the Brilliant Hedwig. Both of them wild spawns. They're going to be very similar to the unicorn and the Brilliant Buckbeaks that we had. Now you're going to be able to unlock Harry's Weasley jumper through the wizarding challenges. So those are going to be fortresses, as they are known. You're going to be able to unlock Harry's school trunk through 7K event port keys. Now here's good and bad news. If, like me, you have 7K port keys left over from last event, the good news is those are going to actually open up for this event and count towards this event. So that's good news. The bad news is if you didn't finish the first Brilliant event and you still were trying to work off those 7K port keys, yeah, they're not really going to work like that. And so your opportunity on that is lost. According to developers, they're not going to go back in time and have that event again. I can't imagine that they'll never have the event again, but as of right now, we've been told that there are no plans to recycle these events. So the good news is you're a head start on the Harry Potter Brilliance event. The bad news is the first one you missed. And so keep that in mind moving forward. If you do have these port keys, if you finish and you do unlock the Harry's school trunk, save up those 7K port keys for the next one. Remember, they have to unlock during the event. You can't unlock them ahead of time and then open them. It doesn't necessarily work like that. And finally, we're going to have Harry's Wizard's Tri-Cup uniform. You're going to unlock that through the tasks. The tasks are not going to be easy this time. They were easy for some people last time, and they weren't easy for other people last time, but there's one in particular that has me a little bit worried for this. The tasks. The first round, return 3 foundables, easy peasy. The second one, pick up 2 ingredients or portmanteaus on the map. Should be no problem. Both those you can probably knock out in less than 5 minutes, I would say, unless you're just in a pretty remote location. Finally, you're going to have to return 3 Hogwarts School Family Foundables. Check out Jibs. I can't put links, but there'll be a link in the description below, or you can follow Expecto Go. He did a video. There's a bunch of people who have done videos on the different flags, where to find them. If I'm not mistaken, the Hogwarts School Family is going to be at bookstores and libraries, and I'm just going off memory and my brain's not all that great. Once you complete all of those, you're going to move on to the second one. You're going to have to recover 2 Brilliant Hedwig foundable fragments, as you know from the Buckbeaks and the unicorns. That should be absolutely no problem. Unlock 1 port key portmanteau, and then perform 10 masterful spell casts. That one's going to be a little difficult for me. I'm not gonna 10 masterfuls. That one's going to take me a little while to do. I'm not going to lie. For task 3, return 3 high foundables. Shouldn't be too much trouble. Recover 2 Brilliant Quidditch Captain Harry foundable fragments. Again, probably shouldn't be too much trouble. Return 3 Legends of Hogwarts Family foundables. I don't remember where those come from. I want to say like government buildings or something like that. Don't quote me on that. I haven't done a video on those yet. The only ones I've done are oddities and magical games and sports. But I think Expecto Go, Jibs, they'll be a good resource for you. And finally, the 4th section is going to be unlock 4 port key portmanteaus. Unless they're all 2Ks, that's going to take you a little bit of time. If you are going to use silver keys, if you have some saved up, this is a good opportunity to use them again. Make sure that you are using these once you reach this level, because if you unlock them and hold them, as I found out last time, they don't count. You're going to have to brew 7 potions. Don't make the mistake of doing a Rufio's brain elixir that takes 12 hours to brew. That's not going to be good for you, especially as you start winding into those final few days. And if you are on task 4, you could be in a situation where you are, you're within 48, maybe 70 hours before the event ends. You don't want to be brewing something for 12 hours. And then you're going to complete 3 wizarding challenges. Probably shouldn't be too difficult to battle in fortresses. So there you go. That is going to be the first of all of the crazy shenanigans that are going on for the rest of this month. And yeah, so there you go. That's all I've got for this one. Let me check my map real quick and just see. Now there is an oddity that has spawned, but it is not the werewolf. The werewolf is a high threat level. It will have the beam above it, and it is going to be a gold or a yellow depending on what color you want it to be. These little pixies dance around like crazy. We'll watch this one shot. Boom. GG. So there you go. If you haven't, or if you weren't able to get out and complete your werewolves, like I'm not going to be able to complete my werewolves tonight. It does not look like they're easy. Just like I said, like 30 minutes out after 9 o'clock, probably local time. I think it was around like 9:09 whenever the event started for us, and we found them right away. So no problem finding them. You'll have tonight, which by the time you guys watch this, it's going to be over. But then the actual day tomorrow, today, when you're watching this is really hard to speak in multiple days. When you're watching this, it is a full moon, so they'll be out, and then I think you have 1 additional day. And finally, if you have reached the SOS assignments that are dealing with oddities, it's going to take me a while to get those doxies. I'm not a early morning riser, especially if it's 10:45 and I'm still out. I still have to edit a video. I might just hit the doxies up without going to sleep. But you're going to have to recover 2 tufts of werewolf hair from werewolf oddities, which essentially means you just have to defeat 2 werewolves in combat, and they cannot be werewolves from the towers. They have to be from the wild. So there you go. That's all that I've got for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something, and I hope that you are prepared for this next brilliant event. Okay, I lied. The video is not quite over. As I was headed back to the car, I did see a spawn. It is the werewolf. This will make 7 out of 8. Like I said, like you should have very little trouble finding these in any place where spawns are happening with any kind of frequency. If you're out in the middle of nowhere, I could see where it might be, whoa, 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 ouch, this is gonna hurt. I can see where it might be a little difficult to come up with the required 8. Luckily, they spawn a lot more frequently than anything else, and this should do it. Most of the time I can 2-hit them. Sometimes it takes 3 if I don't get a critical hit. But now, that is 7 out of 8. I really wouldn't be surprised to see another one spawn, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video here. Now, that's all I've got for this one.